We're moving through the night like we're from a different star, flying over streets and our broken hearts. But they can't even touch us, we found a different beat. Paradise is waiting and we bought the lead. Ooh, getting caught in the maze, there's so many that never get out of. They're feeding the fears and the doubts. Ooh, but we're golden, we run to the end and we run without shame. We own the game, and we ride on the flames till the morning light, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Ain't nobody gonna hold us down. Break all the rules, let them run and hide, baby, 'cause we're dynamite. Gonna let the world know. We're dynamite.
Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in, and if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so that you can see every video that I upload. Today I am going to be talking about traveling with baby, and I decided to do this video since I just traveled with Mika, and this is actually our third time traveling, so I figured I would share some tips that I learned from these 3 times traveling with her. The first time we actually went to Antigua, and if you don't know, that is where I am from. I'm from a small island called Antigua, and it's located in the Caribbean. So we traveled there for Christmas last year, and that was my first time traveling with Mika. At that time she was 7 months old, and she's 11 months now, but it was a bit of a difference this time traveling with her. So I'm just gonna share some tips that may help you whenever you're traveling with your baby. We lived in Rhode Island. We moved to Rhode Island 2 months ago, and we decided to move back to Texas. So this was a big move. It was very fast, and this is why I haven't been uploading. If you're subscribed to my channel, you haven't seen me upload in a while, and this is why. We've just been trying to get settled in for a while, so now that we have all our furniture and everything is here, we can be more comfortable and I can make more videos. So the first tip that I want to share with you, if you are going to be traveling outside of the United States, if you're going to be traveling internationally outside of your country, then you're going to need a passport. I got Mika's passport way back before I even knew that we were going to travel, because I think that it's always a good idea to get a passport for your baby and for yourself. I know a lot of Americans don't bother to get a passport until they decide to travel, but you just never know what will happen, what emergency situation is going to come up, and you don't want to have to wait on a passport to come. I think it's about 2 weeks for the passport to come, or even longer. So I do recommend just going ahead and getting a passport even before you decide to travel. So in order to get a passport here in the United States, what you would have to do is to make an appointment online for your local post office. Everything is done at your post office, and you would make an appointment. You would go in. What you would need to take is the baby's birth certificate and an ID for mom and for dad. Now you can have the baby's passport pictures taken before you get to your appointment, or they can take it there, and I just let them take it there. They were pretty good with it. Mika got her picture in the first shot, and it didn't take too long for the passport to come. So I do recommend having a passport handy just in case, because you just never know when you're gonna decide to travel, and you just don't want to have to delay traveling because you don't have a passport. And I actually got this really cute case for Mika, and I got it on Amazon, and I will put a link in the description box to where I got this. This is so cute. I thought it was the cutest little thing, and yeah, it keeps the passport protected, and it's just a little case. You can tuck some things in here, like I have something here, I don't even know what it is, but you can put stuff in the sides here. Nothing too fancy, but I just thought it was really cute for her passport. My second tip is, if you know that you're going to be traveling, book your ticket way in advance. I always recommend that if you're going to be traveling with a baby, the best thing is to travel first class or business class, just because it's more spacious, and space is so important whenever you have a baby. Coach doesn't offer a lot of space, and that's one of the really frustrating things about traveling with a baby, is the lack of space. If you're not able to travel first class or business class, what I would recommend is to airlines offer seats, and it would be the first row just behind of that wall that separates first class or business class from coach, and that space would have a lot of room for your foot. If you're able to book one of those seats, that would be good for you to put baby down to play if the baby needs to play, or to sleep. If you're not able to get either business class or one of those first row seats with the foot space, then the best thing for you to do is to have an aisle seat. That way you can have some extra room on this side where you can kind of stretch your arms if you need to. My third tip brings me to packing. What do you need to pack for your baby? I would suggest that you walk with a few outfits. I would say even 6, just to be on the safe side. Like I said, you never know if your flight is going to be delayed or canceled. Hopefully that never happens to you, especially not with a baby, but just in case. Now, besides extra clothes for baby, I do recommend that anyone who's traveling with a baby brings extra clothes as well. If you're a mom who breastfeeds like me, I would take a sippy cup just so that I can give her some water along the way. But for the most part, she's gonna take breast milk. If you're insecure about breastfeeding in public, I would recommend that you take a breastfeeding shield, and I'll put a picture of one right here, and you can travel with that with your baby, and you can just keep that around your neck so that you can cover whenever you need to with the baby. You don't have a lot of space or people to hold your baby, or space to put your baby down when you're traveling, so you want to keep as many things handy as possible. So what I do, I just wear my breastfeeding cover as a scarf. Mika is 10 months now, well 11 months, and she was about 10 months whenever we flew. So she is on solids. What you want to do is to take travel packs of anything that you're going to use. For her baby purees, these are the ones that I use. There are some travel bottles that you can take with you as well, so you don't have to worry about washing a bottle unless you're just gonna pack a lot of bottles. I would recommend that you use these travel bottles, and what they are, they have like little plastics inside, so you can use them, and whenever you're done, you just dispose of that plastic. That way the bottle is still clean and you can just put another one in. If your baby has a docker tot or I wouldn't say a boppy pillow, but something that you can lay the baby in, that would be perfect to bring on the flight. Pack a lot of blankets. You just never know if your baby's going to be cold, or if you're going to want to place your baby down somewhere. And always make sure that you have something to put your baby on whenever you're ready to change your baby. It's good for the baby to have something to kind of suck on whenever the plane is taking off and landing, because it helps with the popping of the air. So if your baby doesn't take a pacifier, a bottle would be good. Right when you're ready to take off or land, just place that into the baby's mouth. Mika doesn't take a bottle, so I just kind of put her onto the boob whenever the plane is gonna take off and land. Also, whenever you're packing, be sure to always pack a small bottle of baby Tylenol or baby ibuprofen, whatever it is that you give to your baby, Motrin maybe, whatever pain relief that you can have for your baby, that would be good to walk with as well. You just never know what can happen. Always make sure to pack a first aid kit into Mika's bag, just wherever she goes, because you just never know. Johnson & Johnson has a small travel kit, a travel size one that you can pack just in case anything goes wrong when traveling with baby. Hopefully not, but just in case. you just never know what can happen. You're gonna be able to check on your car seat. Don't leave your car seat at home. Wherever you go, your baby needs to be kept safe whenever you're traveling on the road. So always, always, always take the car seat. Now, whenever you're I learned this the first time I traveled. By the time we got to Antigua and I got Mika's car seat, it was so nasty, it was so dirty that I was like, oh my gosh, can I really put her into this? And I ended up having to wash it after and kind of wipe it out, sanitize it, because when it goes through all that baggage and through the whatever it is, it gets really dirty. So there are car seat covers that you can use, and you can find these on Amazon. I'll put a picture here and I'll also link it in the description box. You can check your baby car seat and stroller on for free with whatever airline that you're traveling on. I would call just to double check and make sure, but from what I know, you should be able to check those on. Now, there's an issue with the stroller right now. What they are recommending for security reasons is traveling with a small stroller. Mika has a jogging stroller, so you know that's really big. The wheels are huge, so it's not able to be put into the whatever machine that they scan things through. It can't go through there. So every time we travel, they have to call someone to remove the wheels and kind of break it down so that they can put it through the security monitors. The first time I traveled, I was actually told that I was not able to take the stroller with me because it was too big. So I had to leave it there, and I had about a 5-hour layover with Mika, and I had to hold her the entire time. And that was not good at all. That was really hard to do, to hold her that whole time. My back was killing me. By the time I got to Antigua, I didn't want to do anything but sleep. Just get one of these little ones that like a little dolly. I don't know why, I just feel like it just looks like a little doll's stroller. So I'll put a picture right here. I'll also link that in the description box. Don't worry guys, I already went shopping for you. Anything that I'm gonna recommend, I will link it below. Mika has an iPad, and I know that it's not recommended that your baby watches TV until 2, but she does like her little nursery rhyme shows. If you've seen my other videos, you know that she loves Dave and Ava, and she also loves Cocomelon. Cocomelon is her new big thing. What I actually did, I actually forgot to do it for our first flight, but luckily she was sleeping for the first flight. I downloaded some episodes on Netflix. If you do have the Netflix app, then you can download and watch offline. So if you don't have an internet connection, you can always watch the few videos. So I downloaded like a bunch of videos for her. The Mother Goose Club is what she likes. The Mother Goose Club as well, not as much as the Cocomelon or Dave and Ava, but she will watch the Mother Goose Club. So I downloaded some of that for her to watch while we were on the plane. I want to make sure that your baby is as active as possible before they get onto the flight. That will also help them to sleep throughout the flight. So I would recommend, I'm gonna put a clip here so you can see. I just played with her during while we waited to get onto the plane, and then once we were on the plane, I made sure that she had her entertainment, and you also see her here watching the Mother Goose Club while we were in the air, and that just kept her occupied, her mind off of being in a small space, because I know it must be frustrating for these babies to just be in that small confined space. You know how it is for you as an adult, so just imagine what it's like for a baby, especially one like Mika who's busy and wants to move around. Whenever I was traveling at first with Mika outside of the country, her doctor did we did have some antibiotics just in case anything happened, because sometimes you travel internationally and there are things out there and you just don't know what you'll get into. So Mika's pediatrician actually had us take some antibiotics just in case anything happened. I would speak to the doctor just to see if there's anything that he or she may recommend before you travel with your baby, especially if your baby has any special cases, ear infections, or just anything specific to your baby. Your doctor may want to go over some things with you and recommend that you travel with specific things. If your baby has eczema, maybe something for the eczema. especially if you're going to some place like a tropical island like where I'm from. My random mommy tip for today: if you're gonna be trying a new diet as a mom, I would recommend that you use these purees, the same ones that I showed you before, as snacks. They're a really good alternative to an unhealthy snack. They taste good and they offer both fruit and vegetable mixes like spinach and apple. And like I said, they taste really good. They're natural, non-GMO, organic, and those could actually really help with weight loss if that's what you're going for. So I do recommend that you implement these as snacks into your diet if you're trying to lose weight. So that is my random mommy tip for today, and thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more videos like this from me and from Mika, be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your post notification bells. Thank you so much for always watching. Thank you so much for your support, and come on Mika, say bye bye, and we will see you in our next video.
They're feeding the fears and the doubt.